experiencing this event. I think it is your duty when you're writing as yourself to, I don't know, stay true to the full range of what you experience, especially in creative nonfiction. So in my case, yes, I was terrified, but also when I got home and pictured myself seeing a guy running across campus who was probably having a very bad day, very bad night, and running away as though he was about to chase me through the streets. I can look back on that and think, maybe I might have overreacted. Maybe I should have done something else.
Yeah, that's a great question. I resisted writing humor for a long time. I write nature writing, environmental writing, a lot focused on the prairies, and there's not a lot to laugh about in the situation right now, as many of you know. And when I was first sort of entering into that world of nature writing, I thought to be taken seriously, I had to write seriously. I had a serious tone. I had to engage in sort of the traditional way of approaching environmental literature was either the Jeremiad, the end is near, or the elegy, that it's already here and we are grieving what is lost. There didn't seem to be any in between. But I grew up in a family that were very funny storytellers, and I kind of pushed that aside, right? And then I decided to embrace this. I wrote this piece called Man Killed by Pheasant, which was kind of a throwaway essay that it was an experience I had driving down the highway in Iowa during the floods of 1993. And I was going to teach at the community college there. I was still in graduate school. I had the window down and a baby pheasant flew in the open window into my face. And I'm not going to describe it in detail, but yeah, exactly. I nearly flipped a car and got the pheasant out, pulled over, cried. Scared out of my mind.
That's one thing.
Exactly. And I wrote this up because I was going to a conference my first year at UNO, and I was way behind on preparing my paper, and I just went back to my journals and looked at this and found this event, wrote it up. It was humorous as well as serious about sort of the Iowa landscape and that there's still wildness left there, and there's still things, and the way I define wilderness is danger, and so, but the danger is sort of ridiculous in a way, like the pheasant. It got a really good response and ended up getting published in Orion, and there I also encountered the work of Brian Doyle and others who were humorous in writing about these serious issues. And I guess I came to sort of get to the point, came to the conclusion that humor is ultimately a response to pain and suffering, or can be. I think Twain was someone who said that there are no tears in heaven because they're not needed there, or something like that. So it's a defense mechanism, but it's also, and it always has been for me, but it's also a weapon, right? It can be used, it's rhetorically, it can be very effective. You think of the great humorists, right? They bring you in with a funny story, a detail, a laugh, and then you're inside of that essay or whatever it is, and you realize, oh, I'm inside of an argument, right? And you're pretty much defenseless against it because it is so funny, engaging, and personal. So, but it took me a while to embrace that because I didn't think I'd be taken seriously as a writer if I didn't, if I wrote humor. So.
Thank you both for sharing that part of the process. Because I am still slightly scared of the red-nosed Mike, I'm going to, John, did you have a question that you would like to ask to Isabella?